First, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Image Technology Streams. Today we're going to do a demonstration. For those of you that may be curious, what would happen if you were to use the wallpaper surface that we showed you how to make the OLED-like wallpaper projection screens used in our demonstrations. Now, behind me, I put the link, actually inside the link, we put the link where you can get the Christie projectors, the LW 400s. These are the projectors I use in my demonstration right here. The one I had at 9% in brightness, and we have it over here at in eco mode, which is actually whisper. We took advantage of that opportunity. For those of you that don't want to spend a ton of money for a projector. But what happens if you take the wallpaper surface and you paint that with a gray screen paint? This is what you're going to get. I explained to you that the only reason why that surface and why it looks like that on that projector behind me is because the technology is applied to. And if you do basically paint it with a gray screen paint, all you're doing is just basically priming the surface for our technology. That's all you're doing. So that's exactly, at the end of the day, what your colors are going to look like. Now, I got up a little earlier because I'm going to do something with the lights out and lights on, also to show you how high the bright levels are on our technology. We've done this so many times, it's not even funny, but might as well do it again. Now, my projector sits in eco mode, which we're switching on right now, so I can show you. We're always in this setting right here. These are my settings on my projector. Look, can't even pick up the black in the background on the menu. But these are the settings right here. My brightness is at 9, sits in whisper mode, which means the projector is in eco mode, which means I don't have to burn my projector to the roof in order to be able to maintain a bright level. It's not required with this technology. Also too, as you can see, the gray screen is washed out, faded, doesn't pick up proper color, as I explained multiple times before. It doesn't have the capability. And I don't care if someone tells you at the end of the day, my gray screen paint's different, that is a lie. They all do the exact same thing. Regardless, what you paint them, what kind of black paint you put into it, they won't see contrast and they won't see color. The ones that are really dark, the issues you're going to have with those particular individuals, they don't see white light at the end of the day. They come up dirty and they come up dingy. You don't want those at all, period. They're better off with the lighter ones. But just to show you what happens. All right, let's see. Let's go get ourselves some colors here. Now, like I said, you're going to be to maintain a higher white level, as I said before. But the problem you're going to have there, that's all you're going to get. So let's go over here and let's pull up a white level. See how much difference the white level is to our technology right there. As you can see right there, my keystone is way off. Is it off? I'm looking at it. Is my keystone off? That's because I'm on my stand. Look at my keystone might be off a little bit. Let me go up here and check my keystone. Let's go down here. My keystone. That's a little better. Yeah, 9, that should work. Yeah. All right, there we go. Adjusting my keystone. Now, one of the things I like about these projectors, they have lens shift, which I said, once you get lens shift, you really can't deal with any other projector once you have lens shift. All right, so what I see here when we do the white levels is one of the problems I'm seeing here with the gray screen paint product is the fact that it's producing too much white light. And if it's producing too much white light, one of the problems you're going to run into is its colors and contrast are going to fade like crazy. So what's going to happen? There's a certain tone that a black screen has to be able to pick up in order to show both levels at the same time. The gray screen is picking too high of a white level. It's the same thing we see in gun levels all the time. So let's go switch over to search. As you can see, the menu is not coming up in YouTube at all, period. So that's the first time to show you, explain to you that it's going to have some issues. Let's go over to blue screen. It's amazing how it picks up on my voice. I got to unplug my mic and put it back in. Nope, we'll try this one again. Blue screen. My goodness. And the acoustics in here are really good, as you can hear. Pick up a blue screen. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Everybody got those commercials in there. There you go. Can't even pick up proper blue. So you can't pick up blue, you can't pick up green. We do a color swap out change, it'll do the same thing. Like I said, anybody comes to their live stream and tells you, oh, my gray product is different, lie, right from the door, right from the door. If the product is different, they would have no problem doing a comparison test. Comparison test like we do with the black screens, we have to do black paint, black fabric, and blah, 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 against the screen to show there's a difference between the two. We do this all day long on the form sites. We get it all day long. It's gotta be black paint. Nope, here you go, here you go. You gotta be to back it up. So if it's different from any other gray paint, then it was side by side to Network Grade 773. What's the other one they have? They got another one called Silver Mist. That's another one. We got to get some of that too. Silver Mist, that's another good for priming. Silver Mist, Bullseye, Bear Silver Screen, 1, 2, and 3. Either one of them mixes. YouTube Paint, the fellow who posted his on here, how he made his product. Any one of them, if they can show a massive difference. This is what I mean by a massive difference. Not a bump, not a hiccup, not nothing. This is a massive difference between one over another. If it can show a difference between those particular products that I just mentioned, then it's different than what we have here displayed on the screen. If it can't, then guess what? It's the same thing we had displayed on the screen. Especially that Network Grade 773. That stuff right there comes close to everything. I've actually laid that stuff against. Even the digital and crystal screen paint came extremely close. Actually, it matched the digital one. So yeah. So don't believe that lie from the door. Let's go to a, I'm gonna do a slow color change out. Slow color change out. All right, this will give us a slow change out. As you can see, your contrast levels, not happening. Not happening at all, period. Mind you, this technology is developed to have, that's why it has the name OLED LIKE, because it is super jet black. It's designed to pull those ultra contrast levels that you need for your projector, for your movies, for gaming, the whole 9 yards. Gray screen can't read it. Mind you, my projector behind me has 1,000:1 contrast level, which means because the technology we make is super dark, it doesn't make a difference if your projector is 1,000, 100, 2,000, 3,000. Those projectors are usually very, very cheap. You're going to pick up a 100% real contrast level. When you're dealing with a gray screen paint product, you will not pick up a contrast level, you will pick up a gray level or a dark shaded gray. And I don't care if your projector is 2 million, 5 million, 10 million. We've seen them already in the form site. Massive, incredible JVCs and barcode projectors that have crazy amount of contrast capabilities. Still on a gray screen, when they turn those lights on, that whole screen washes out around the corners. Can't pick it up. Okay, let's go dab onto contrast levels. This is not going to go well. Again, the wallpaper screen is designed, when we advertised it as, and you can turn it to an OLED like wallpaper screen. We didn't say gray screen, we said OLED. So let's pull up an OLED demonstration. I like to go to one of the darker ones. Let's go with the Goldfish Black Screensaver. Sorry about that, people. Here we go. Now mind you, our lights are on. Yeah, lights are supposed to be on. I told you, anytime you show a black contrast demonstrations, it should be in a fully lit environment. No dark pockets and corners, none of that nonsense. No shadows up, none of that. It should be in a bright environment. I'll come back in later on today when Mr. Sun and everything else is pushing through my windows, when this area is even more lit up, and we'll do it again. The only way that gray screen can be utilized, you're gonna have to be in the dark. You will be basically calibrating your projector at the end of the day. I don't care how much money you spend for it, you're going to calibrate it. You're going to have to. Because your colors are not going to come out right, as we saw already. And you're going to have to spend some money in order to get this gray screen to be to produce almost close, not even hitting the screen. I'm talking about almost close. You're going to have to really spend some money for a serious projector, which means this screen right here is going to cost you a lot of money at the end of the day. Because in our demonstrations, if you watch them, we're using a $109 projector. As a matter of fact, the link I just posted cost my customers $179 for a projector to do this right here. Where if somebody has this screen paint, Guess what kind of projector they're using in their demonstration? A $3,000 projector, $4,000 projectors, $5,000 projectors. We see them in the forum sites, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 units in there. And all their screens in there are gray. Big difference. As I explained to you before, and I said this millions and millions of times, you can have the most powerful projector on the face of the world. If you don't have the proper screen, your projector is pretty much useless. You're only getting about 30% of your investment. Something gray screens can never do. See a contrast level. Now, the more money you spend on the projector, the better your contrast gets. The better your contrast gets, the better the dark of gray level gets. I didn't say black. You can't get black. Gray levels. That's all you're picking up. So this is what happens. I told you, if you use a gray screen paint product on that wallpaper surface with that projector sitting behind me, that's what you're getting. You dumbed your projector down, literally dumbed it down. And for any one of you who have projectors more advanced than the one I have behind me, you definitely dumbed your machine down. I can come up here with a 5,000 lumen Christie projector, hit the screen and do the react and do the same thing. Oh, it did. It did it downstairs in the basement in a max out zone. Put it against a white screen. 5,000 lumen projector didn't even register on the white screen, but the black technology could pick it up. Let's go over to, let me see. Let's go pop over to 8K Desired Nature. Let's see what it picks up on this one. Let's try this one again. 8K Desired Nature. Here we go. Now, I've seen this demonstration. I've seen all these demonstrations, done every last one of them in the dark. That's where you're going to be at with a $3,000 projector, sitting in the dark, hugging a screen. That's all you're going to be to do. Let's show you what you get.
When you step into a new day, you'll need to take out whatever fast with you. That new day is yours alone, and yours to be proud of.
Remember what I told you about OLED demonstrations? The background is everything. That background has to come up 100% black. I guarantee you this was done in the dark. Look at all this. All this is missing. See that background? It's supposed to look like that. Guaranteed you popped out about 15, maybe 30, 80 grand for an OLED TV, and it came up looking like this in the background, you take it back. What'd you complain about? The screen is gray. OLEDs are supposed to be black. There you go. That means you could have damaged pixels, anything could be floating around in that monster. Okay, let me go over here. This is my personal. You're not picking up nothing in here at all, period. Why am I buying all the boys on this? I swear I think my cat's in here watching TV half the time. And again, I explained to you, if someone has to get up, walk over to a screen and zoom in on the screen that close to show you a contrast level, that's another major red flag. I can sit back here in my chair at 13 feet and I can see the contrast level perfectly fine, no problem. So think about it. If they're using projectors in their environment that have a huge amount of contrast capabilities, what happens to the customer who doesn't have the same projector? Does he pick up the same contrast level? Nope, doesn't even pick it up. And then on top of that, even with that huge amount of contrast, you still have to be in the dark. You can't do this demonstration in a toilet environment. Your screen will wash out. You couldn't even do it outside if you wanted to. Screen will wash out. So it just shows at the end of the day, my customers don't have to spend all this money for expensive projectors if they don't want to. They don't have to say, well, you need this particular projector because the contrast levels are really high, and they're going to. We don't need that. My projector's 1,000 to 1. I'm good, and I'm in eco mode, saving my lamp on top of that. And lamps for these things are cheap. Someone's asking me how much for the lamps. $50 for the lamps to replace them. Right? You're not going to be replacing for a long time. It sits in eco mode. My projector's under factory settings for the brightness. That's why we said OLED like. I cannot wait to see somebody pop up with a gray screen that says OLED. I laugh my head off if I ever see that at the end of the day. How are you OLED like? OLEDs are, you know what color an OLED is, right? Just want to check.
The question is, which came first? It's who gets to take home that adorable little Reese's egg?
Now, also too, I forgot to add those Christie projectors. The link I put below. I'm gonna check to see if he has any more left. I bought my other two. I got 4 of them coming to me. Those projectors have lens shift in them. If you're not familiar with lens shift, that means you can stick your projector just about anywhere you want, and you can move your screen. You don't move the projector. That's what I like about lens shift. Once you get lens shift, can't go back to regular projectors. You can't do it. I have projectors. Actually, I think majority of all my projectors have lens shift attached to them. The only one that doesn't have lens shift is the BenQ on the floor for the ceiling, which we don't even need it for that. It's for the ceiling. And the ViewSonic in the other room doesn't have lens shift, which would have been really nice to have it there because I mounted that thing to the ceiling, but I was able to get away to put it up on top of a bookcase unit and then set it up that way. So the bookcase unit was actually holding the projector and ready to drill it in and be done with it. So I came out great on that one. Other than that, if I didn't have that bookcase unit, that thing would have been a freaking nightmare to install it without lens shift. Because remember, if you have it a little too over to the left, that means you have to move your screen over to the left. And if you have it a little to the right, and you have whatever, no. Lens shift, stick the screen and you're done, that's it. Finished. You don't have to move jack. So this projector right here, and the beautiful thing about this, as I'm advertising this projector, where to get it from, where you're watching it live. Work on our technology, work on the surface that we show you where to buy at, and you can see how it's reacting. Below settings. So if you're not familiar with the Christie projectors, this is a projector right here, but the ones they have are in black. I bought 2 for myself. That is the lens shift right there. That allows you to move your screen from side to side, up and down, all that good stuff. Now my Sony Ultra Short Throw on the floor downstairs has lens shift 2 connected to it. Oh yeah, it does a lens shift. It's not as advanced as these are. You can move them all over the place, but it's pretty good. Especially for Ultra Short Throw. Ultra Short Throw, you don't have that lens shift on them. All right, let's go over to this one right here. And I'm pretty sure this one was done in the dark too. I guarantee it was done in the dark. Any gray screen, and I'm talking about in the visual, any gray screen trying to produce any kind of contrast demonstration will automatically be in the dark. And if they're in the dark, that's where you're going to be at. If they're calibrating, that's what you're going to be doing. And if that's the projector they're using in the demonstration, that's what you're going to be paying. Now, to get back to the gray paint here, yeah, you just, when you, at the end of the day, like I said, some people are buy the wallpaper surface to paint them gray. This is what you're getting. That's why we put in the demonstration OLED like screen, not gray, washed out, outdated screen. But the good thing about it is you should prime the surface already for our stuff, because pretty much you're going to have to prime that surface. And any kind of paint doesn't have to be actual primer. You can use regular screen paint, house paint, whatever, as long as it's gray, it'll run right over top of it. Our coating's a little different. Here, there we go. Okay, let's go over to, let's see. Let's see if this can turn our screen unwatchable. I like doing these right here. Let's do, let's see. Color demonstration, Sony. See if we got anything here that can turn our screen so dark we can't see it. There's my face right here. See how your colors come up on a gray screen? I like this commercial for it. I should have made an anime out of it. That's the best commercial I've ever seen. Literally. I thought it was an anime at one first when I was watching it. I was like, what's this? Colors are supposed to be a deep blue. I'm quite aware that we use the technology for white levels. This is right there in the description. White levels are always going to drop when you get darker screens. But darker screens have to maintain a high enough white level to see the image. Without that white level, you couldn't see any of this at all, period. It wouldn't show up. Wouldn't be to see it, it'd be too dark. Any gunmetal, any dark technology is going to have that. But the thing about it is it has to pull a high enough white level so you can make out and see the image. See how you see the image? All that? If that screen was to maintain in a white level, it would come up dark like that black paint we go against it. You wouldn't be to see it. The problem with you have with the gray screen is it can maintain a white level, but it can't maintain color and contrast. Which are the two things you're going to want the most. Because if you can maintain a white level, guess what? A white wall behind it, white screen, can do the exact same thing. Only problem with a white wall and white screen is they can't maintain color and contrast. There you go. Good luck watching the Batman movie on a gray screen. Yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. You know what Batman's going to look like on a jet black screen? Insane. Because everything I'm going to be watching on my screen will be a 100% black level. On a gray screen, ain't gonna happen. Matter of fact, I'll watch that movie with the lights on. Matter of fact, I might do the trailer outside. Oh, that'd be a good demonstration, dude. The trailer outside. Oh, yeah, that would be hot. We definitely gotta do that one. just getting the point that the Batman movie, I think, opened up already. Someone, I don't know if it was true or not. Someone made something where somebody released a bat in a movie theater. Are you kidding me? How did you get a bat in a movie theater? I mean, you would think it would make noise, right? But apparently someone got one in. Don't know how. Don't know how. They got one in. A bat in a movie theater. Yeah, that's definitely what you want to see. A wild bat flying around the movie theater. I don't even know how they even had to bring an animal control for it.
Harmony of flavors, queer love and color. What does Florida taste like? The big impact of small hobby. How to talk through the hard stuff.
Open your eyes, little potato. This is your future.
Ooh, cheetah. Tuckle, your ancestors are up here. Do, do, do. Now remember, my professional opinion, black technology is supposed to be so dark you can't see the screen. Let's bring up, let me see. When did city's too easy. OG jazz is way too easy. We can go in there. Let me see for a minute. Go in here for a minute. The one they like to use. LG Jazz. Any part of the screen that comes up tan, ain't registering. Not registering. Contrast level is supposed to be black here. Not registering again. Contrast is missing, color is missing. Missing. Missing again. That level is supposed to be black. Again, missing again. That whole section's contrast was not there. Not even there. Again. Not there. So that black background section, all that's gone. So there's a contrast over there. Gone. Gone. how you guys pick up contrast levels on these things. All right, I'm gonna get right here. Let's go over to, let's see. 4K snow screensavers. Okay. Oh yeah, we know this already. We've done this like thousands of times. I told you before, even since the whatchamacallit, white levels are going to drop. But not to the point where you can't see the screen. So basically how black screens are supposed to be portrayed, that they're supposed to be so dark you can't see them. So I have no problem showing these out. We do these all the time. Every form, right? The form sites right now we're doing this. Let's see, let's go over here. I want to pull up Snow Bunny. So as in the gray screen can pull a slightly higher white level, but the problem you're going to have there is can't see color, can't pick up contrast. A white screen can pick up a higher white level than a gray screen, but it can't see color and can't see contrast. Black technology can still pick up a white level and maintain its image with no problem without the screen coming so dark you can't see it, and can pick up contrast and color. Keep in mind, this black technology is doing all of this while it sits in eco mode. Again, under 9%. No, under 8%. 9% brightness. There we go. Let's go over to here.
Premium ingredients come together. Memories are made forever. ADV, together as timeless.
See, and I told you. It reacts. Gray screens are like a bump up from a white screen. Only thing they do is they give you a little bit of a bump of color and a little bit of bump of contrast. But when going against a darker screen paint, they can't do it. Against black technology, they can't pull contrast, they can't see color. If our screens couldn't see a white level, like I said, you wouldn't be to see anything of that at all. That'd be so dark it wouldn't even pick up. You're gonna come up, oh, all samples are downstairs. I forgot we're doing testing downstairs. As we do the black paint, you can't see anything. It comes up so dark. That's what happens when you have a screen paint that can't register white light. example, where's the color for brown? Not even in there. Where's the color for this red? Not even in there. Again, the only thing that you can pick up on a gray screen is a white level. That's it. It's a white screen. That's what you have. You have an upgrade version of a white screen. That's all you have. The white wall, if you slide this up the white wall, it'll do the exact same thing. So yeah, you're going to pick up a slightly higher white level, of course, yes. But the problem you're going to have is you're not going to see color and you're not going to see contrast. And guess what does that? White screens do it. Okay, let's pull up, let me see. I'm going to do 16K. Clear this out at 16K. Where are you at? There we go. We're going to go to and you can forget about gaming. That's not going to happen. Gaming requires at least out of 100%, 80% contrast. Not even going to happen. Pac-Man wanted to pick up on the thing. That's that trick on the projector. They don't talk about the white levels, they talk about contrast. There you go. Like I said, good luck with Batman. We all know how Batman movies are. The majority of Batman movies are all dark. I used to do that back in the day, just basically do, maybe it did the Apollo was like that. The Apollo, they launched the Apollo like that. They don't do freaking, yeah, think about it. Well, wait a minute, why would they need to launch it? Never mind, forget it. I'm thinking about something completely different. I'm thinking, see how they have a launch on that? That's the new one. The old launches were different. The one they would just shoot up in the air, would break the Earth's atmosphere, the gravitational pull, then it would land, and then it would basically take off and land in the ocean, send off a beacon, Coast Guard would come pick it up. But those things actually land on their own. They can come in and land just like an airplane. So why do you even have it? I don't know. Our brain thinks on a different level, people. Let's see. So I want to do, here we go. Let's find out what it's going to do. Contrast demonstrations. Star field, not going to happen. We already know what's going to happen. If I put a star field, it's not going to register. Here we go.
No, we developed a treatment. You'll remember everything that he is going
I might go check that out. Oh yeah, I would advise you leave. This is gonna be pretty bad. Again, I told you, gray screens and white screens only have two things in common. They both can pick up a white level. They can't see contrast or color. So all up in here where it's supposed to be black, it can't register. It's not gonna pick it up. If that doesn't pick up, everything else washes out with it. Meanwhile, the technology we had, if it was too dark, you wouldn't be to see that strawberry over there, or some kind of berry, whatever it is, and that bright green wouldn't be to pick up, wouldn't be to register. You have to be able to pick up both contrast, color, and white levels at the same time. Now, next demonstration you want to see, can a gray screen actually pick up a contrast level? Now, it's not going to be a good demonstration because they can't, period, pick up a contrast level at all. Background's supposed to be jet black. So I like to show up the white levels, all that, and show everything. I don't hide anything. So that way you can see where our white levels lay at. But also show you that the screen, if it couldn't maintain a white level, you wouldn't be seeing any of that at all, period. It would come up dark. It'd be unwatchable. You need more than just a white level to have a projection screen. You have to have the other two. You have to have the color and contrast too. And contrast is the most important thing. Without the contrast, well, your colors don't work. Can you imagine watching everything in black and white on your screen because your projector can't see color? That wouldn't be nice, wouldn't it? We talk about those millions and millions of colors they have on the 8-bit and 12-bit and 10-bit. You're not seeing any of that. Your screen can't register color. That's why you're calibrated. I want to pick up, hold on. They don't have that one. Where's that guy that has the visual arts on here? Visual arts, 4K demonstrations. Literally butchered the daylights out of that one. Let's see the definitely butchered it.
What makes Febreze air effects different? While cheaper aerosols rely on artificial propellants, Febreze uses a 100% natural propellant. Check it out. Pressure created by what's in your air makes the bottle spray, which means freshness everyone will love. Febreze.
Definitely washed out. Thank you. Contrast is everything. If I want a higher white level, I just use my wall. We haven't hit the LG beta fish yet. Mind you, like I said, the background must remain in black at all times. It should never ever be gray. Look, let's see, color macro world. No, that'd be too easy. That would definitely be too easy. Not picking that up. Any form of the visual background, black backgrounds, or any form of contrast levels is not going to pick up on a gray screen. Can't see it. I remember seeing it before. 4K demonstrations. Am I speaking crystal clear or anything? 4K demonstrations. There we go. Man. Got something completely different in that one.
New Febreze unstoppable.
And he was way bigger than that. There is no way in the world that is the same individual from Rocky. He was huge.
Press specify.
Like I said, the gray screen paint will pick up a white level, but white screens do the same thing. There's no problem. I'll show you how much of a rough difference we have white surface. It's a white surface that shows you how much that you have. You're not picking up no contrast. You will never see it. Like I told you, you'll never see it. You can only generate white light. So what's the point of going out and spending all this money for a projector that has these high contrast capabilities if you can never use them? Because your screen can't see a contrast level. Now, like I said, our technology can pick a white light. If it couldn't, you wouldn't be able to see the images that we post. It would be virtually impossible. Waste of the surface. I'll get one more. Let's see. Then we'll do a lights out demonstration. We'll make sure we keep this fair and putting in she has a lot of these on here. She actually has good videos too. Here's Jennifer something. She has good videos on here. All right, we're gonna do lights out. Let's see how well this one's do. Those of you who like to be in the dark, let's show you our technology, lights out. We're going to go with first, I think I'm gonna do this one over here. Or first, no, we're gonna do this first. Since we're here, because usually it's kind of hard for me to grab these demonstrations. We got a good match up in here. So we got this category, we got a good group in this category. Perfect. All right, let's start off with this one first. Let's do Sony.
Heart healthy and ready in minutes. Girls, it's super trusted superfood.
Remind you, there's a white sheet of paper right in the center of the gray screen. When I told you at the end of the day that white screens and gray screens aren't that far off. Grab another one. Let's go grab. Let's see, I'm going to do this one real quick. I'm going to do the color codes too on top of that. I have no idea why gray and white screens fade even faster with the lights out. I don't know. Can't figure that out. Cannot figure it out. There's a white sheet of paper against the gray screen right there. go over to. Can't see contrast in it. Yeah, ain't gonna happen. You're not gonna pick a contrast. Your colors are gonna start washing up pretty fast. See, told you. Can't register red. Can't register purple. That's what I was trying to explain, that white and gray screens do the exact same thing. They can pick up a white level, they can't see color and contrast. Even in the dark, they can't pick it up. Look at the color of the door. That's brown. That's not brown at all, period. Look at the white sheet of paper laying against it. I told you, it's a bump up from a white screen. See the white levels on her skin? If her white levels on the black technology you couldn't pick up, you wouldn't be picking up any of this. None of this would even be there at all, period. Look at the green on the table here. Look at the green on the table here. Look at the red here. Look at the red there. Look at the yellow here. Look at the yellow here. Look at the blue here. Look at the blue here. You washed out on every single color on that table. Yeah, calibration city. And this is in the dark. Imagine outside. Imagine a fully lit environment. You're not picking up anything. Perfect example. As I told you before, red level here, washed out level here. Let's go over to, we just came from that one. Let me see. Well, we know that's not definitely going to pick up. AK demonstrations. I have to say, if it spelled that right, I'd be really shocked. Because usually it never does. Definitely know that's not, nothing in there's going to pick up this all black. Contrast levels. You gotta pick and choose with your gray screens in here, man. Because I can't basically pick up, if we do this right here, this is not going to register. The Apple TV commercial's not going to register. I know it's going to happen with the rest. See? In order to pick up that color, you're going to have a contrast level. A contrast level is needed so you can add details to the flower so you can see the flower. You do know without a contrast level, your image washes completely out because there's no contrast there. The background is supposed to be black at all times. It can't even register the contrast level. This is good for those of you who basically have been asking me over and over again to do this demonstration, do these demonstrations in the dark. Well, here you go. Even in the dark, your projectors don't work on a gray screen. And again, the background must remain in black. See right here? Must remain in black at all times. The reason why I like these particular demonstrations, because these particular demonstrations show color and contrast. It shows both at the same time. And what people miss when they do these demonstrations on a gray screen, they don't point out that the background must remain black at all times. And that's what they'll show you. They'll zoom up on the screen to show you this part, but they'll keep away from that part. Because that's the part that tells that your screen is not registered at a black level. Let's go get some another one. Because I'm just about with their time here. That's freaking cool. No, that's not cool. If I were to turn my lights on, the screen would automatically wash out. Now you guys maintain a somewhat, like I said, gray levels due to the fact that the screen is in the dark. There you go. That's why gray screens are worthless. You have to be in the dark in order to pick up a somewhat decent contrast level that's not even black. Again, shades of gray. You would have to be in the dark. You turn on a slight little bit of light in that environment, that screen will wash right on out. That's why I said it's worthless to go buy the projector. It's worthless to go paint the screen gray. It's worthless. You just dumb down your projector dramatically. You can't have lights on in your environment. You will have to be in the dark. Any lights near that screen is going to cause that screen to trigger off in the worst way possible. You're going to have lights somewhere way behind the back of you that have nothing to do with the screen. That's why when I watch demonstrations, I notice the screens are always dark where the screen is sitting at, because if there's any lights in there, that screen washes out. There you go, see? Got to be in the dark. So when I hear people talking about, oh yeah, I got a window next, you can't use that screen next to a window. Can't use it next to an open door. You can't have condensed lighting anywhere near that screen because it's going to wash out. Projector over here, these projectors are 4,000 lumens. You're not picking up. Let's go with the darkest one we can get here. The lights out. Oh, matter of fact, hold on. Red screen. Let's show you where your colors do at night. It's going to be pretty bad, just to let you know. It's not going to be good. Let's start off with the white first, so we can show you what's going to happen. This is where your white levels are going to come up. Well, not that one. Let's get one that's actually going to have a commercial on the back of it. What do we need here? What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? Goldfish is definitely not going to work, so we're not going to start with that one. Let's see if we get this one without a commercial attached to it. There you go. So when I'm looking at this, the first thing that tells me that your screen's going to wash out pretty bad. The white screen's going to it's going to go even faster because it's pulling a much higher white level. For anyone who told you about a gray screen produces the same level as a white screen, they lied to you. That's virtually impossible. A white screen, 100%, is going to pull the highest white level, depending on how white the screen is. If the screen is an ultra white surface, it's going to pull a higher white surface than an average white surface. But the higher the white levels, the higher the sacrifice, which means color and contrast will lose in this battle. And that's the one thing you need the most. What's the point of you going out and buying a gray screen if you turn around and you can't pull contrast or color? You just bought an upgrade version of maybe a white screen without white screen levels. Pretty much that's what you bought. Now, let's go pop over to the blue. There you go. You can't see color. Even in the dark, even at 4,000 lumens, you can't see color. And the white screen fades out even faster because it has a higher white level. Let's go to a slow color changeout. This is why you are requested to calibrate, because you can't see color. So pretty much, yeah, you wasted a $28 sheet of plastic or fiberglass. The projector behind me will be worthless to you because you can't get it to do what it needs to do. You're going to have to spend money for an expensive projector in order to get your colors and whatever that's coming somewhat right. That's what you're going to have to do, spend some money. So if you decide to use a gray screen paint for this wallpaper surface, don't even buy the projector behind me at all, period. You're going to spend a couple grand. And with that couple grand, you'll be calibrated and you will be stuck in the dark. Let's come out of here and let's show off. Let me see what we got going on up here. Here's the goldfish. This is going to work extremely badly. Mind you, projector behind me has 1,000-to-1 contrast ratio. Think about that. That's why I said that projector behind me, don't even, if you're going to paint this with a great product, don't buy that projector behind me. This is exactly what you're going to pull up. If I turn the lights on, it's going to get extremely bad. So much for a contrast level. Let's do the one last one. Let's do a heavier contrast. Let's go to 2. Let's see. Visual abstract art 4K. Channel. It's a visual abstract art. Okay, so we need something here that may work. Not with us, we're good. Again, that's blue. Let's wash it out. That's why I show you the color patterns first of the solid blues, greens, and reds, so you can see exactly what you are seeing. I like to do the whole camouflage thing. People do the camouflage all everything. No, I don't do that. Give you an idea of what you're looking at. Oh, doing that thing right there gave me a freaking headache the other day. I'm not gonna go near that. Let's see, there she go. Oh, and you want to do this one again real quick with the lights out?
Restoration. Respect is earned through hard work.
Again, I told you can't see red. You pick up a white level, that's it. Can't pick up blue. Look at the white piece of paper in the middle. When you look at that, look at the white piece of paper in the middle. Not much of a difference. Color's completely off balance. Look at the scales in the snake, can't even pick it up. You know, you ever read a comic book from Marvel? We all have, right? You saw that black detail they put in there to make them stand out? Yeah, you need that. You need that contrast in there to make the image push out on the screen. Can you imagine if they did Marvel comic books in all white? You know what would happen? It would have no image, no depth to it, nothing. That's why you can't see the scales on the snake. Okay. Ooh, here we go. Let's just show you that even in the dark with this contrast though, you're not picking it up. Now what they'll usually do is they'll get up on the camera and they'll zoom in real close and they'll say, look, black level right here. See how they're not showing you this right here. This is supposed to be in jet black. There's 2 different shades of black going off at the same time. Like the OLED horse, there's 4 different shades going off at the same time with black levels. But the background in any OLED demonstration always stays darker than the actual black that's being displayed. Perfect example. See? Always. Every single time. In any OLED demonstration I've always watched, that background is always darker than the actual image that's displaying black. So it's showing multiple shades of black levels at the same time. But what they do is they'll do this. They'll get up on the screen and they'll go all the way in and go, look at the contrast levels right here. Look how dark it is. Not showing you that if you're next to a screen that produces true 100% black, that's how your black levels are supposed to pull up. Look at the background. See how the background's jet black to the different shades of black? Here, completely washed out here, completely washed out there. always remains black. Always. Screen. Now, like I said, our screen's not going to produce the same exact high white level as a gray screen or white screen. No. Its white levels are going to be high enough for the screen to maintain its images and produce a very high white level as it's designed to do under black technology. But the thing about it, it can do, now mind you, under its black technology, there's other black technology out there besides us, but under black technology, we produce the highest white level. But under these gray products, they can't see color and they can't see white levels. Sorry, they can't see color and contrast. And that's something you're going to need the most on your screen. Because if the technology was so dark, you wouldn't see that. That'd be virtually impossible. None of that would come up.
Every moment of quality sleep makes every waking moment count.
Reese's eggs are back. We enter somewhere you'll never find.
That's why we can go outside at 150 inches and display. Gray screens can't go out there. They won't display out there. They have to be stuck in dark environments. There you go. See? That's what it says on the website. At any black screen, we pull the highest white level. Because if the screen was so dark, you wouldn't see the multiple shades of white. The wolf has a different shade of white. The snow has a different shade of white. You can see the black markings on the nose, its eyes, everything crystal clear with no problem. Now, a gray screen will pull this up. But the problem is, the white levels are literally so high that the screen actually starts to wash out. Mind you, we're in eco mode right now at 9%. If that hit that thing with that 5,000 lumen projector downstairs, and that thing's at 35, it'll wash it right on out. Let's go pop over to, let's see, we're going to pull contrast and everything. These screens will pull everything, color, contrast, the whole 9 yards. We don't have to worry about just that and the other. Let's go over to 16K over here. I'm going to pop over here. I'm going to pull up the supermodels. Oh, I'm going to pull this one first. Yeah, there you go. We pull the highest white level on any black screen. And our white levels can maintain high enough where these screens over here can't turn as dark. But we can pull that contrast and color with no problem. That's what I love about it. Woo! Now we get a chance to flex a little bit, let our technology flex, show off its amazing levels. Let's go pop over to this one right here. Yeah, there you go. That's why it says in the description, in the site, it says, do not compare this technology to a white screen or a gray screen. And it also says in there that it's one of the black screens that pulls the highest white level out of any black screen. And I've only seen 3 of them so far on that forum site, and they can't even do what this technology can do. Because all their demonstrations are done in an ambient light controlled environment with high-end projectors. And when I show that demonstration screen outside, completely blown away. They can't figure out how that screen is drawing in that much white light and pushing that image out. Oh, we should do another demonstration. Here's the 38 Black Widow, too dark. We'll show nothing but white levels. I rather prefer to do that outside. Inside, not a challenge. Outside, more of a challenge because we have more light to deal with. That's why. Isn't that the same? I love it. Oh, let's go over here real quick. Let's go pop over. That's what I love about this technology. We ain't got to pick and choose or our colors up correctly. Where are we gonna go? We did the goldfish already. We did the jellyfish. Hope it's not talking behind the back of it. They talk behind the back of it. They got good demonstrations. Just jacking up and talking behind the back of it. Let's bring up 4K snow demonstrations. I used to butcher the crap out of that. Literally butchered the crap out of that. 4K snow screensavers. Butchered that one too. 4K snow screensavers. My goodness, man. Sony, you need a hearing aid? All right, go. We're gonna find some place to hang this up. We have a spot in here to put this up on. We'll check out. Now keep in mind, like I said, the entire time we did that demonstration, we were in eco mode, 9% on brightness. Much lower than most people have their projectors set up. And still maintain with no problem whatsoever. Now imagine if I brought my projector up to normal settings at 50% where it's supposed to be at. These projectors go all the way up to 100 in brightness. So 50% would be normal for my projector. And I pick it out in eco mode, which most people don't even have their projectors in eco mode. There you go. I can keep a black screen at 9% below and eco mode and still go side by side with the white screen, the gray or white screen. Oh, look. Starting to light outside, so we're about to come back in and do another demonstration. We got light pouring in. So when you have a dark screen and you put it against a gray screen or white screen and you move it away, it doesn't get brighter. It's supposed to remain darker. That's usually how it works. But this is different technology. Skyworth food demonstration. Food demonstration? Are you kidding me? See what I mean? So it's not supposed to get, when you take a white screen and stick it against a gray screen, it's not supposed to get brighter when you move it away. It's supposed to remain dark. Yeah, this is not your everyday technology. And again, like I said, eco mode, 9%, that's all we're at. And our brightness, that's all we need. Because the first thing I got from some of the demonstrations I was doing on the forum site, let me see the projector settings. Your brightness has to be all the way up. Nope, no we're not. We're actually lower than you guys. And do me a favor, when we're in that room where I was asking people, let me see your projector settings. Send the pictures over, I want to see. Everybody was at 50, 60, 75. Now we're at 9 on a black screen. 2 people were in eco mode. The other half weren't even in eco mode. Look at the different skin tones here. This is what I love about this demonstration. You got to be an appreciative demonstration. People don't see it. You got to see the demonstration. Appreciate it. Look at the different levels of white levels that are coming off her shirt, her dress, her face, her lipstick. All that's showing different white tones. See that? See the color of her shirt, how bone white it is? Look at the cabinets and everything. Look at the color of her skin tone, the pinkness on her lips, everything, even her dress. All that requires white light in order to shrink. You get that image to pull up. If not, it comes up too dark, you won't see it. Look at the different color pans in the back and how the colors pop. Yeah, I love it. So yeah, that's what happens if you basically paint the surface we have here and buy the projector I have behind here and use that with the gray screen. Oh, your white levels are going to pick up, but color and contrast is going to fail miserably, and that's going to make your screen look completely trashy. On top of that, you can't even get a proper image or color with the lights out. So that projector is $179. You're probably looking at, if you are going to try to get the colors to somewhat decent for a gray screen, $800, $900. If you want the contrast of it even higher, you're going to spend some money for the contrast. You're going to spend some money for it. You're talking about a couple grand here. And if it's ultra short though, woo, you're going to pay some money. Meanwhile, my customers will pay $28 for that surface, $209 for the screen paint, and $179 for the projector, and they'll get this. Ooh, let's go do some skiing. Well, we got to do this one right here when we get off the boat. We don't have any rules when it comes to these screens. We can pay white levels, we can pay colors, we can do contrast. It don't make a difference. Have my lights on, be outside, don't make a difference. I gotta take off the shirt those outside too. I haven't done that in a while. I bought me 4 projectors. You know how much money I spent for my 4 projectors? I bought 40 units behind me right now. One I got on a deal. I got one for 80 bucks. Snatched that one. Came back and found this guy over here. I bought 3 of them from him. So that makes that somewhere like 64 or 65 projectors now. Well, actually, you count it at 70 because at the end of this month, I'm planning to go shopping again. I want an Epson projector. So an Epson projector for 380 bucks. It was a big venue board. Get one of them. Because I don't have a venue Epson yet. There's another projector called March. I think that's the name of it. I'm not sure, but that's another venue projector. They're top tiers. They're up there with Christie's. They wanted like $600 for that one. Buy that one right there. Trying to keep everything under like $1,000, but I'm not even going to try to go past 5 on this. But I need this projector, so I'm going to pay the $600 for it. Still cheap for a projector. And then we have another Epson projector coming in laser 1080p. Can't tell you what I'm getting for that one. That's a business deal. It's not anywhere near $1,000. It's not even anywhere near $800. Let's put it that way. It's under $600. I can't tell you the price what I'm actually getting it for. What's the other thing we're doing too? We're going to buy a 4K projector. 4K projector probably around $900. I want to get another PX747. I've seen it for about $500 to $900 bucks. I'm probably going to grab one of those. That's the ViewSonic. No, I want that one. 235.1 option on it. That's why I want it. Pretty good for a screen that's super jet black, eh? Sitting in eco mode. And on top of that, my personal opinion, this is my personal. Why in the world would you want a wallpaper screen that's gray? You do know the wallpaper screens are black, right? That's where they started from. Wallpaper screens never started off to be gray or silver. They're black. OLED's the one that started those. The LG started that wallpaper technology. For those of you who think it's painted to the wall. Boom. Love this. Oh, sun's coming up. We gotta get our curtains open up. Hopefully we get the sun today. Mr. Sun, Mr. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please come out and play. Chase all the clouds away. Make it a better day. My niece used to sing this song all the time when she got out from school. One of her favorite songs right there. Mr. Sun. Get our window light ready. This one already given up. All right then. Let's go a little skiing right now. Let's see. Do we have the skiing on here? It's still in the dark. All right, let's see where you want to go to. I want to do skiing. Let's do snowboarding. Yeah, come on, get over there. LG snowboarding. How? I don't know. Don't even ask me, people. Literally said LG snowboarding. It took me something completely different. Let's see if we even brought anything on here on the LG snowboarding. Nothing. All right, let's try it again. LG snowboarding. There we go. I do with the windows open. I know these demonstrations are a bit long, but hey people, better they be a bit long than they be short and not show you jack at the end of the day. Because some people will come on there and go, there's the screen, lights are out, there's the projector, blah, 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 done. No, we don't do that over here. You have to see everything. Now, once the sun starts coming up and it gets really bright in the room, bright colors aren't affected that much. What they do, gray screens are affected by some color. They do fade out. But if you have a really good projector, you can fake it. So, one of the hardest things for a gray screen to pull up, especially when you have light coming in, is contrast. Because every time I see demonstrations on these gray products or white products or whatever you use at the end of the day, they make sure that room stays dark or some kind of ambient light controlled environment when it's light outside. And I've seen that too many times to count. They can't display that, we already know that. So I've seen that too many times to count. Anytime they try to do a daytime demonstration, that area's got pockets of darkness here and there, it's ambient light control. No, we're not doing any of that there. We're gonna take the gray screen, we're gonna stick it over here, and we're gonna do contrast only. Because one of the problems that a gray screen has is it can't see that contrast level in a fully lit environment. So, I'm gonna get my G to pop in there. There we go. Boom. See that display right there? See how that looks like an LG screen right there? How beautiful that looks? And then look at that over there. Can you imagine having that on your wall as wallpaper? You're not picking it up at all, period. There's no way in the world you're picking it up in this display. Stick you right by the window. There we go. So open up our curtains. There's some light in here. It's nice and bright in here. have nano wallpaper. Ooh. All right, people, we are going to leave from here. We're going to come back. We're going to do a demonstration showing you why you can't use gray screens in fully lit environments, especially when you got window light pushing in, and why contrast levels will fail every single time. This is why when I watch a lot of these demonstrations on these gray screen paint products or gray certified screens, I always notice that environments are always nice and dark. They're using some kind of ambient light controlled environment. Light that they claim is coming from the windows and doors or wherever they have in the environment, it's not making it to the screen whatsoever because the environment's too dark. No way. And if they do contrast levels, they try to do contrast levels, we're not doing any of that get up on top of the screen. We don't got to do that to show you that from here. We can do it right from here. We're good. Can you imagine if you brought an LG, an OLED screen, and you went home and it looked like that when you turned it on? Yeah, I don't think you would be keeping it. All right, well, gotta go. Be back. God bless.